Welcome, air element. If you are Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, you are an air element. I would like to welcome you to my very brand new YouTube channel, and I am very happy to be here. I have been on Facebook for a few years now, and I have a Facebook group called Readings by Patty. I will post a link below so that you can come on over and ask to join into that group. I post a lot of free content, card pulls, shout outs, lots of good little fun activities over there. But I'm happy to be here in YouTube land. So thank you for joining me, and please subscribe and share and like and comment and let me know how I'm doing. I so much appreciate it. And for anybody that come over from Facebook to help subscribe and support me here on YouTube, I love you all, and I couldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. All right, so let's do this together. So, with what I have here for the air element, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, is I got this feeling that this little song was popping in my head. It's sketchy and you know it. Dun 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 dun. So it's like you're aware of what's going on, okay? So I pulled chakra cards for each individual sun sign. So one for Libra, one for Gemini, and two popped out for Aquarius. And then I'm going to do a general between it, but your chakra card is going to give your sign its own spin on the reading. But overall, for all signs in the air element that I'm reading for here on YouTube, it's that sketchy underline, but you're fully aware of it. So sometimes when we're aware of the sketchy behavior, we're able to deal with it and work around it, and probably sometimes even make it to our benefit. Um, so let's get into this, all right? So, what I got here, first energy card that I pulled was your seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay, so to me this is spiritual connection. It's your seventh chakra, which is your crown chakra, which is what opens up to our spiritual world, our intuition, our instincts, our inspirations, things that we're fully aware of. Like, so it, to me, even if you're not aware of how you know these things, you just know, right? There's no question in your mind that you're on to whatever sketchiness is going on around you. Okay, so what I got for Libra is tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So with Libra, I find that there's some trickiness and maybe some lies and deceit, or trying to make something look better than it is, trying to get you to make a different decision or look at something different. So they're trying to put a veil over your face so that you don't really see all the truth. But you can't trick a Libra. Oh no. They're fully aware. They see the games. You see the trickery. You know, tricky, tricky, tricky. So don't try to fool a Libra, because it ain't going to happen. They're on to your trickiness, okay? And then when it comes to the Gemini, it's taken some faith, okay? So whatever it is that you're fully aware of and that you know that has to happen is going to take your faith. And that's where your spiritual connection is going to come in for Gemini, okay? Is just having that sheer faith that everything is going to be okay, and knowing that everything is going to be okay, okay, Gemini? And then you got lovely Aquarius, fellow Aquarius. And what we have here is perfections. So somebody's spewing truth without tact, somebody's spewing things and twisting it, or pointing out your downfalls and your weaknesses, and they feel like it's perfectly okay. Now, with what I'm feeling for Aquarius is even though that somebody's there spewing truths without class, or they're attacking your shortcomings, or those things. We all have shortcomings, we all have faults, nobody is perfect, but it's when we can accept all parts of ourselves, right? Acceptance. Accept all parts of ourselves. It don't matter what somebody else spews at us, because you can't hurt us with our downfalls, or you can't hurt us with our imperfections, because we're already aware and we accept the bad, the good, and the ugly of ourselves. You know, like, because we're all parts. So you got cherry pie here, who's covering the perfectionists, okay, shooting that stuff out of their mouth. And then you got cherry pie, who, even though a piece is taken out of her pie, because she still has to accept that no matter how many pieces come out of that pie, she's still a good piece of pie, right? So she's accepting all of her beauty, all of her qualities, all of her goodness. And it doesn't matter if she got missing pieces or scarred or bruised or broken pieces. They are all a part of who cherry pie is or who you are. We are made up of all things, our light side, our dark side, our good side, our bad sides, our insecurities, our positivities. So when we understand that in a whole, it doesn't matter what anybody tries to throw at us because we're secure enough in even our shortcomings to not let that affect us. All right, Aquarius? So that's where, and you know it. You know when somebody's shooting this out that it's not going to affect your overall cherry pie. It's still some good pie. Okay, Aquarius? All right, I'm just going to take a sip. Okay, so then what I did was I give you a square energy read. This kind of tells me where you're at and what I can counsel you through, okay? So the first thing I got as an overall for everybody, all signs, right, is sharing this broken heart. So I mean, cherry pie, for instance, for the Aquarius, okay? To be hurt, to be bruised, to be broken, to allow anybody to spew things at you to break your heart can be very, very hard. But once you get to that place of acceptance, your heart, Aquarius, starts to mend, and then you can start feeling love again and sharing that love. Okay, so this is sharing love after mending a broken heart. So after you've learned to accept yourself, and it doesn't matter who comes at you with your shortcomings or your downfalls or spewing imperfections at you, you're able to still now accept who you are and go ahead and share the love. And then when it comes to Gemini, you guys need to have faith that your heart is going to heal. And you know this. You know your heart's going to heal and you're going to be able to share the love again one day, because Gemini is a loving being and we need to share the love, right? And then when it comes to Libra, maybe this tricky behavior kind of breaks your heart, but at the same time, you're still willing to love and share this love. It's just going to take some patience and planning, because you do see the trickery. You do know, you are fully aware, Libra, of the trickery. And that part breaks your heart, but at the same time, you still love, okay? And then again, you guys are all going to have to take patience and planning for anything that you do, okay? So maybe Aquarius, you're not completely there in acceptance yet. And that's going to take patience and planning so that you can heal your heart and share. And then it goes with Gemini too. Patience and planning to heal that heart so that you can share. And then Libra, not allowing the trickery and the things that you see happen stop you from sharing the love and having the patience and the planning to do so, okay? So now, how are you feeling energetically as a whole? What is it that's going on? Well, I feel that you guys all need to stand your ground, okay? Again, Aquarius, knowing your core values, your morals, your center, because we all have our moral ethic balance, okay? And it's a part of who we are. It's our core. And when we come to a place of acceptance, we can stand our ground, okay? And we can pick our battles. We can choose what to fight for and what not to. But at certain times, we have to stand up for who we are and what we believe in, okay? And who we are ain't what somebody else is shooting. We know all our qualities and we know where our shortcomings are, and we accept them all. And so therefore you can stand your ground. But this is going to take a dedicated effort, okay? So it's going to mean that there's hard work. It's hard work to stand your ground and fully accept who you are, Aquarius. And then it goes the same for Libra and Gemini. Knowing our core value helps us deal with people and their tricky situation, because we see it, we're smart, right? And the more Libra sees it, it probably takes some hard work and dedication to kind of keep that calm about yourself, right? So the patience and planning it takes to have to deal with these trickery, not so nice energies, a sketchy, and it takes work to be able to keep a tranquil spot, but it's choosing your battles again and standing your ground, and knowing what's meant to share your love with, and therefore Libra will be able to handle those tricky behaviors, right? And then Gemini, having the faith in yourself enough to make the hard work and dedication it's going to take, to make the patience and the planning for you to heal your heart so that you can share the love again, okay? Because we are all loving beings and we need to share that love. So I'm going to just check out here with the tarot for a clarifier. Wrongs will be righted regardless, okay? Regardless of anything, right? Wrongs will be righted because you choose you. You choose to know who you are, and you choose love. So therefore, rights will be righted, right? Wrongs will be wronged and rights will be righted. Justice will be served. All right. So, how do you view yourself, and what, like, you've been breaking your back for a hard foundation, for a firm foundation, but you're working so hard to accomplish it, it's breaking your back, and you're tired. You're tired of breaking your back and working hard to build something firm, foundations, and then you got trickery, or you got brokenheartedness, or you got somebody who's spewing stuff at you that you don't need, okay? So you're sick of that, and your time to heal now. Time to heal. Healing begins. So it's coming out of the dark, it's going into the light, coming out of rocky times into calmer times. So you don't have to work so hard and break your back so hard. Why are we working so hard to please others when we need calm and we need peace, and we don't need to prove ourselves to anybody, and we know it. So spew your stuff, be sketchy, do whatever you choose to do, and we'll be moving on because we see it coming a mile away. All right, let's see what I can get out of this for a clarifier. For the hard work and having to move out of stormy waters into calmer times. Yeah, so it's still at a standstill. You're not fully there yet, okay? But it is time to look at all angles and observe and pay attention to all sides of every coin, of every stone, okay? And therefore, that's what's giving you your perception change. That's what's allowing you to be awakened to the trickery, to the fact that you got to have faith, to the fact and appreciation and acceptance of who you are. So by being in this standstill and actually taking the time to heal and time to move into calmer times and maybe not break your back or try to prove yourself to anybody, it takes time. It takes patience and planning. It takes time. And therefore, as you're just kind of hanging there and observing and paying attention and taking this time to heal, you're being awakened to the knowledge, to the intuition, to the instinct of what is actually going on around you. All right, air element? And what are you thinking at this time? You're thinking, I want to be happy. Oh boy, I just want happiness and joy. I want to live in the light. I want to believe and be successful. Right? That is an amazing place to be in your head, okay? Because once you get it in your head, your heart follows, your body follows, the universe will deliver, because now you're attracting more, because you believe in the success that you can have, because you're overcoming things and you're healing, and you're patiently planning to heal and move forward in a positive way. Right? So you got the sun, most optimistic, positive card in the book. It's like, let your light shine. And then you got believe in success. Again, that is very similar to the healing begins. But with the healing begins, you're getting out of the storm, moving into a calmer water. With the six of uh, believing and succeeding, it's the Six of Wands. And so with that, it's victory and success after going through the trenches. Okay, so you've been through the trenches, you went through the war, and now you're coming out on the other side and you're going to be successful. It's climbing a mountain to victory, but the mountain is a hard climb. But you're optimistic that you can make that climb, or you're optimistic that you can go through those trenches and come out on the other side successful and happy. So that is an amazing place to be, because we can achieve anything when we think like that. Awesome. That part of the reading really made me excited, air element. Because yes. So in and out energy, you're done with it. So that's the sketchy. And you know it, right? It's that in and out energy, hot and cold energy, right? So you're kind of thinking about this in and out energy. That's what you're being enlightened to, you know, and having to come to terms and understand, right? They're hot, they're cold, they're in, they're out, kind of thing. So you want to be victorious and successful over that energy and still be happy and optimistic moving forward, okay? And how are you viewing the situation? Still, things aren't fully clear yet. And that's what I mean by you're still in a standstill, even though things are coming clearer and you're fully aware and you know and you're starting to see things as they are, because you can't deny it. It's still very hard for you to completely see the whole picture. There's still things, and that's why you're in the hangman. That's why healing is only now beginning, is because there's still things on scene that you still have to confront, whether it's stuff within ourselves or stuff from others that we need to understand and deal with, okay? But either way, as you're confronting them, see, because I don't see you not. I see you opening up all those doors so that you can get to the other side. So as you're confronting them, you're gaining your roots. So you got your base chakra, your root chakra. That is where our stabilization goes from the root to the crown and beyond, okay, is our chakras. And at the root is where we grow our roots tight, firm foundations, and we build things from the ground back up. But we build it in a way on truth, on love, on acceptance, on dignity, on knowing who we are. And when we build our root chakra and our base chakra, then all other things can go on top of that, firm and solid. So right now you are gaining your roots. You are gaining your foundation so you can build upon it by confronting these things that are still unclear, whether they're internal or external. They are still things that you are confronting, and as you are, you're healing and you are moving more into calmer times so that you are able to open up and share your heart again. That's very lovely. And all it's taken is some balance. So you got temperance. So it's balancing out the warm, the cold. So that's what she's doing there. She's got her little pot of hot, and she got her little pot of cold. She got her toe in the water, and she wants it just right. So as you're confronting everything that you have to accept and understand and have faith that you will move on from here, okay? To grow in these roots. And as you're confronting and as you're growing, what you're doing is you're making that perfect temperature, that perfect balance. So that's what you're doing in this situation, or how you're viewing this situation. All because you're thinking, how great is it going to be when I actually get out of here and I start thinking calmer and happier, and I'm just ready to stop breaking my back. And then what is your blockage? So you've made a decision. Okay, so what I'm saying here to you guys, air element, is you're fully aware of what you need to do or how you need to handle a situation or how you need to plant your seeds to grow, how you need to move forward into new beginnings, right? So it's making a choice and a decision, a fork in the road. So you came to that fork in the road and you had to decide which way you want to go. Okay, but this is your blockage because you're fully aware, but yet you're still at a standstill, yet you're still gaining the balance, but you're fully aware of what you need to do and want to do. So it's telling you, spread your wings and fly. You already know what don't work. So why don't you go the other direction and see what do? So you made a decision, but now you just need to act upon it because that is your blockage or that is your challenge is actually I don't know, doing it. But then you got the, what is it? Prosperity and beginnings. So the One of Pentacles. So again, it's another beginning in strong roots and growing something that is potentially prosperous, that can strengthen bonds and grow lots of fruit. So you have to make the decision that is more fruitful for you, the one that's more grounding, the one that's the strongest for you and prosperous. So that's what I got for you. Well, actually, let me do one clarifier for that challenge and we'll go from there. But basically, make your decision and go in the direction that is most prosperous and fruitful in beginnings, that is grounded and rooted and strong, and build from there, okay? And like I said, patience and planning and being fully aware of everybody else that has something to say or something to do or whatever. You can't let that penetrate you and stop you from moving into the direction of being happy. True optimism and happiness is in the light, not in the dark, is in the calmer waters, not in the stormy times kind of thing. Yeah, so you can be the Queen of Pentacles, right? And that's what's your blockage and your challenge is actually believing that you can go out and gain all that stability by making this decision. Okay, it's not always easy to move forward or push yourself forward. Even me opening up this YouTube channel, right? Like it was a push that I had to do. Okay, so now it might have been my challenge or it might have been my blockage to take the next step and open up my world a little more, even though I hesitantly didn't really jump right into it, but I knew it was coming and I knew I had to finally go in that direction. It's time to expand. So now I began. At least I am beginning, and now I can probably see the fruits of my labor or differences in it. But you do have to kind of sometimes push past and push forward to be able to bring yourself into that time and space. All right, guys, there you go. There was my first element read on YouTube. Woohoo! And like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and please invite friends and let people know that I'm out here and I'm doing this. And welcome to all my friends and followers on Readings by Patty from my Facebook group. And like I said, follow the link and come on over and join the group for other free content. And I will continue to upload and post videos as often as I can on YouTube. And hopefully it's going to be a very regular thing so that we can get me to grow here on YouTube. I'm very excited and nervous all at the same time. So thank you again, and many blessings, love and light, and Merry Christmas. It's going to be coming soon, and I'll be back on again before then. Take care.